This is a story about a girl named Kayla overcoming the physical health barrier of malignant melanoma, also known as skin cancer. Kayla was an active child who absolutely loved to be in the sun. Outside in the sun was her happy place, and she lived to feel those warm sun rays on her skin. She loved everything from fishing on the lake all day in the sun to hunting for days on end in the sun. And finally, playing all kinds of sports, especially sand volleyball, again in the sun. Thinking, I'm too young, I'll never get skin cancer from all those days in the sun, Kayla's mother intervened. Kayla's mother was a nurse and very well knew the dangers of the sun. She warned Kayla about protecting her skin, especially being of light skin descent as a Norwegian Scandinavian girl. According to a public health report in 2003, non-Hispanic white individuals are more likely to burn, leaving the individual more susceptible to forming various types of skin damage and cancer. Half-heartedly listening to this advice from her mother, Kayla began using better sunscreen, but nothing further than that was done to avoid skin damage to herself. High school began to pass, and as Kayla reached all the teenage milestones, like homecoming and prom dances, she began to feel more and more pressure of having lovely bronze skin for pictures, much like every other girl in her school. This pressure paved the way for the use of tanning beds for Kayla, even if it was just for school dances and not on a regular basis. No big deal, right? Well, according to Pediatrics report in 2013, 40% of older teens use tanning beds, even though it's proven they can induce skin cancer instances and further skin damage for life. Upon her high school graduation and beginning of college, Kayla got a job as a lifeguard at the local outdoor city pool. This meant spending up to 7 hours plus a day in the sun with minimal breaks. Again, Kayla thought the moderate use of sunscreen was doing enough, and cancer couldn't possibly happen to her, so she kept on each summer, enjoying the sun, saving lives, making memories at the outdoor pool, not really knowing what she was doing to her body. Then, in the summer of 2009, ironically, while sitting in her lifeguard stand in the sun, Kayla noticed a peculiar freckle on her toe. Never hearing of skin cancer on feet before, she brushed it aside. This ignorance is actually quite common, according to the clinics in dermatology, who state that cases of melanoma are very rare on the feet and toes and are therefore often overlooked by both the person and physicians during clinical visits. Finally, taking more control of her fate, Kayla kept track of this peculiar freckle throughout the next year at college, noting changes in both color and size. According to the ABCs of melanoma, these changes are obviously of concern as she entered the summer of 2010. The summer of 2010 came along, and Kayla was slated to take an overload of summer college credits. During a medical checkup for an unrelatable cause, she was advised to see a dermatologist and biopsy the changing freckle on her toe, even just for some peace of mind. She did indeed see a dermatologist in May of 2010, who immediately biopsied the freckle to be tested for skin cancer. Sure enough, Kayla was diagnosed with stage 2 malignant melanoma. According to the CDC, malignant melanoma is a metastasizing, aka spreading, skin cancer that kills up to 9,000 people a year in the United States alone, being the 6th most listed cause of death in our country. In order for Kayla to beat this cancer, an amputation of her toe was absolutely necessary, and it had to be done immediately. Kayla's second toe on her right foot was amputated, but that wasn't the end of the road. There were further battles to go to fight malignant melanoma. Along with the amputation, 3 lymph nodes from Kayla's right groin had to be removed also, as it was possible the cancer had spread to this area. Thankfully, these results came back positive. The cancer had not yet spread that far, but because of the lymph node removal, further complications developed. She needed a pump placed into her groin for another week. Unfortunately, this solution to a problem became a problem itself, and further complications arose, making Kayla feel anything but happy. With the continuous health complications that arose, Kayla became immensely sad and feeling helpless. However, she was not alone. According to Dr. Mary Jane Massey, 1 in 5 people will become depressed in their life. On top of that, 25% of cancer patients will also become depressed enough to warrant professional help. Soon, she decided she did not want to become another statistic, that she would prevail. However, doctors advised Kayla to delay her summer course load, as stress can prevent the body from healing properly, according to the American Psychologist's 1998 publication. No way is that going to happen. She pushed through, kept her course low to distract her from the cancer issues that arose that summer, and became stronger every day with the help of friends and loved ones. Knowing one cannot control everything in life, Kayla did take control of what she could to ensure her body would stay as healthy as possible, preventing any further cancer from forming. She began incorporating more fun ways to exercise, an even healthier diet, and eventually became a cancer survivor. Being honored as a cancer survivor was humbling, but she knew there were so many more others out there damaging their skin, paving way for cancer, that needed proper tips to protect their skin that she didn't pay attention to herself. First, to prevent sunburning and formation of skin cancer, always use an appropriate level of sunscreen, which means above 50 SPF for optimal protection. Don't use tanning beds, as they've been proven to induce instances of skin cancer and other skin diseases. Seek shade, especially in high noon or high sun hours of the day, or use protective clothing. And finally, get a skin check. Check those freckles, check those moles, especially when they seem to change. As unfortunate as the melanoma case was, and she was left with 9 toes, eventually she did not become self-conscious, but found a healthy way to deal with now being a little bit different and having those painful memories behind her. First, 1 less toe means less product on pedicures, maybe a discount, right? Also, who else can do this trick with 9 toes? Boom! No 10-toed person can touch their middle toe to their big toe. But after all is said and done, because she beat skin cancer and continues to protect her body from it, every birthday that she has is more meaningful than the last. Now, life is full, and cancer cannot stop the wonderful things she'll accomplish in life, as long as she keeps protecting her body, her skin, and being proactive with her health and well-being. This little girl thought she was invincible until she wasn't. Now, her story can help others from becoming a national statistic and take control of their own health and well-being. She was and is a cancer survivor.